Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to people from all over the world about their books. We're here to help you pick your next book. How about this one, Song for Susie Epp? We have the book. We also have the author here joining us on the show, Elma Schemenauer. Did I get it right, Elma?
Yes, that's good.
We rehearsed it quite a bit. Your books seem fascinating. I'm going to put the cover up here to Susie Epp. Tell us a little bit about that book.
Well, it's about a Mennonite wallflower developing more faith and confidence as she grapples with her life, which includes a bossy mother-in-law and a shocking secret.
Sounds like typical Mennonite stuff.
Well, much of it is.
Yeah.
Although these people don't belong to a big Mennonite community. That's part of the book, is how they interact with people outside the community because they're a minority.
Now, and I notice by the way, you have more books than I even imagined. I just stumbled upon some out there, but a lot of your books seem to have a Mennonite theme. How would you characterize what Mennonite means to our viewers?
Well, I think it has two different meanings. This is being very simplified. It has an ethnic meaning. There are people who are ethnic Mennonites because of their history from Europe. And then it's also a church, a religious denomination, a Christian denomination. And in fact, I think there are more Mennonites in Africa, taking the whole continent into account. I think there are more Mennonites there than there are in North America.
Wow. Now, where would ethnic Mennonites be from?
Well, they are two different groups, basically two different groups. And one group started in the Netherlands and northern Germany, and then went to what is now Poland, and then to Russia. And from Russia, they came to North America. They're usually called the Russian Mennonites. Okay. And then we have the ones that came from, started in Switzerland and in southern Germany and other more southerly areas. And they came to North America much sooner than the Russian Mennonites.
Yeah. And this is not the subject of our interview, but my curiosity, I love to learn stuff like this, so thanks for indulging me. Song for Susie Epp. Who do you think is going to enjoy this book?
Well, I think of it as a book for people who are interested in Mennonites and people who have a Mennonite background. And so many people have approached me and said, well, you know, my daughter-in-law is a Mennonite. I mean, their child is not, but the daughter-in-law is. So people who are interested in Mennonites. Yeah. And then people who are interested in coming of age and marriage and family, that kind of thing. Coming of age books, yes, I love that. So I think everybody, it sounds like the answer is that anybody can enjoy this book, certainly. Well, to be honest, it's more for women. It appeals to women more than men, but quite a few men have read it, and they've written me some nice reviews of it. I love the title, Song for Susie Epp. Tell us how the title came about. Well, in the book, Susie is kind of a naive girl from not a very good family, and she meets Simon, who is a Mennonite from a more upstanding family, and he proposes to her through the song of a meadowlark. Oh my goodness. And you know, people interpret the meadowlark saying various things, and he interprets the meadowlark song as saying, come, won't you please marry me? Nice. And so that's how I thought of the title. And then that song of the meadowlark is important at the end, too, right at the end of the book. So in other words, Mike, if you want to know that, read the book and you'll find out. Well, that's right. You'll read the book and find out, yeah. Now, I have another book cover here, by the way.
There we go. Consider the Sunflowers.
Yes. Before I wrote that one before. It takes place in the 1940s during the Second World War, and it takes place mostly in Saskatchewan, where I grew up. And I have very strong memories of my childhood there, especially of our extended Mennonite family. And actually, I wrote a memoir of these stories, and then I was going to get that published. I was working in publishing in Toronto, and I said to my mother, what if I publish this? Get this published somehow, find a publisher. Oh, she said, no, you can't do that because it's too private, too much private information. So I said, okay, well, what if I change everybody's name and have it happen in Montana?
Okay.
And she said, no, you can't do that because it happened here. So I wanted to respect her wishes, so I wrote it as a novel. I changed a lot of things.
Put it as a novel, yeah. Are there sunflowers in the book?
Yes, yes.
In my
There.
garden, I grow so many sunflowers, so the title is very catchy for me, that's for sure. And again, who's going to read?
Well, I would
Say it's about the same, except that it's a different period. The Song for Susie Epp is in the 1970s, and this one, Consider the Sunflowers, is in the 1940s. So it might be appealing to different people that way. So both of them have a British Columbia element to them. Song for Susie Epp has more.
Now, did you write some books about other countries?
Yes, I did.
That was
Yes.
you, okay. I was doing some background search as well. This is the same name. I wonder if it's the same author. Something about Japan and what other countries?
Japan, Uganda, Somalia, Guatemala. I think I wrote 13 of those books altogether. I wrote them for a lovely company. It's called The Child's World, and they're in Minnesota. They have a whole series of books about countries, but I wrote 13 of those.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
Now,
I like that.
Elma, I have your web address up on the screen here. If our viewers want to visit your website, what would they find there?
They would find something about my different books, especially the more recent ones, and they would find something about me and about the various books that I've edited. I've been an editor too in the past. And also I keep a list there of the different interviews and articles and so forth that have been written about me or that I have written concerning my books.
That's nice. That's nice. Your books are very attractive. The covers and the ideas and the concepts. It sounds like there'd be good, clean literature, certainly.
Oh, well, they are, yes.
Yeah. And I can't wait to get them. In fact, these are the kinds of books I like to gift to my mom and to other people. So, and I always say to our viewers, don't go and click and order one book. Order 5 of the books because you'll always have someone to give them to. We always have to give gifts when we go to people's houses. You like to take a gift, so these books would be great for that, Elma.
They're available both as e-books and as paperbacks.
Paperback.
Well, the Song for Susie Epp is.
Yeah. And now, what do you have in the works now, Elma?
Well, I'm writing another novel, surprisingly, also about Mennonites, and it starts out with a woman who thinks she's getting married, and her fiance doesn't show up for the wedding, and so I'm still figuring out why.
You're figuring out. You get to write the book as it comes to you. That's fascinating and fantastic. Elma, we're way past time. I could talk to you all day long, but do you have any last thoughts for our viewers about your books or about life in general?
Well, just enjoy life, and if you have a story that you'd like to write, give it a try.
That's great advice.
And I hope you'll come back on the show again, Elma.
Well, I'd love to.
Okay. And for our viewers, don't go anywhere because we're going to have another author right after this.